The attack took place, Kharkiv and Dnipropetrovsk. These are the two regions that came under attack. According to another report, this area, Kyiv, was also hit. But these are the two primarily was hit by Russian attack drones and also missiles. Now let's take a look at the other map here real quick. This map, you can see Romania and Moldova. There are two countries here, Moldova and Romania. Now why these two countries I'm mentioning is because recently when Russia launched these missile attacks on Ukraine, you can imagine Moscow or Russia is right here. Nevertheless, the Romanian authorities and the Moldovan authorities, they are now accusing Russia of violating their airspace. So both Moldova and Romania, they are accusing Russia of violating the airspace of those two countries. How in the world Russia could use their airspace, something I do not know, but most likely they are now launching attacks. The only way they can violate the airspace would be if they launch attack from here. So they are launching attack maybe even from here. Who knows? We do not know, because to me it doesn't make any sense why Russia and its missiles will cross over Moldova and Romanian airspace again, unless they use something, maybe the base from some of the countries here, maybe who knows who is giving Russian military base there. But Romanian airspace traveling, Romanian airspace, Moldovan airspace, and then hitting Ukraine. By the way, this is a separate attack, not the one that took place on Christmas Day. This is a separate attack. But nevertheless, you can imagine, if you take a look at the map, it doesn't really make sense to me much. How would Russian missile travel through Romania and Moldovan airspace? Something I do not know. Or it is possible that they are now using ICBM. So let's talk about that possibility. So ICBM is a long-range ballistic missile. It is possible, the other explanation would be that perhaps Moscow is using those ICBM, intercontinental ballistic missiles, to target Ukraine. Then, because these are long-range, because they were not detected or destroyed by Ukrainian Air Force or the radar system or the air defense system they have in place, maybe because these missiles, long-range ICBM, were not destroyed in Ukraine, they travel all the way to Moldova. So that shows the length or the range of those missiles and hit both Moldova, not hit but use their airspace, and Romania. But then the question is, where did this missile fall, right? But that's another explanation. Again, the other one, as I said, it is possible that Russia, their bases are somewhere here. We do not know, but definitely they are here, in and around the Black Sea. What is happening right now is something massive. This attack was the 13th attack. In terms of its scale, it was the 13th largest attack on Ukraine this year. So I'm going to be taking you back to the map here, so that you can see where Kharkiv is and how close these two places are. I have the hotel here on the map, but it's actually the place itself, Dnipropetrovsk. But then Kharkiv and these two areas, they're very close to Russian border. Think about this. They are now closing in on Kyiv. Now, again, as I said in the beginning of this video, some sources are reporting that Kyiv was also attacked. Kyiv was also attacked, but definitely these areas close to Russian border, they are getting infiltrated by Russian military. The missiles attack is happening. The attack drones are being used, and therefore Moscow, they have launched these massive attacks in order to wrap things up as fast as possible. Now, the timing of this particular attack was very, very important because it happened on Christmas Day, and also there was another attack that took place during the Christmas Eve. So two attacks, one on Wednesday where Russia launched 100 attack drones, and they have also used ballistic missiles on Ukraine, and the other one on the Christmas Day, same kind of attack, but they targeted these two areas on Christmas Day with, again, massive drone attack on both occasions. Now, I want to actually pinpoint a few things because we need to do some analysis as to why we're seeing this kind of attack on Ukraine. But before I do the analysis, I just want you to remind you guys, if you're not subscribed, consider subscribing because you do not want to miss out on all of this detail and the analysis that we do here every day. So we will talk about the Romanian airspace in a second and the Moldovan airspace in a second. Russia, and this is coming on the Western media, Russia launched an quote-unquote inhuman attack on Ukraine's energy infrastructure. It is the 13th time this year Russia has carried out a major attack. At least one person died in the attacks in the western Dnipropetrovsk region, while 6 others were injured in Kharkiv. Russia launched more than 70 missiles on Wednesday, including ballistic missiles and more than 100 attack drones. Now, Ukraine's foreign minister said, Andriy Sybiha, that Russian missile passed Moldovan and Romanian airspace. So again, if you take a look at this map, I do not know how it was possible that Russian's missile will pass through these two countries' airspace. Something very mysterious. Or maybe a military analyst could tell us exactly what happened. But this is what happened right now. The country, Poland, Italy, recently, Giorgia Meloni, the Italian Prime Minister, she said that the threat coming from Russia is much bigger than we have ever imagined. Maybe Russia is sending a message to these countries, including Italy now, that yes, we are serious, we mean business, and that any country for that matter is going to be a military target for us. Especially after the Atakam's attack and the Storm Shadow attack on Russian territories, Russia is not choosing anymore which country it will attack. It will attack pretty much any country that will be sympathetic to the NATO or part of NATO. They will have absolute no problem attacking them because Russia believes they have now the right to use force against any of these NATO countries. Now, Russia launched this inhuman attack. So this is coming on CNN, and they are, obviously freaking out how Russia could do this. Now, one thing you have to understand, the other reason why it may have happened, Ukraine, this is the other reason. So Ukraine, they used to celebrate Christmas on January the 7th, but Zelensky to do it with Russia. So Russia has January 7th, the day for the Christmas celebration. Zelensky changed that to December 25th. That could be another reason why Putin is freaking out with Zelensky, and to teach him a lesson, he struck Ukraine on that day. Now, Russia launched inhuman attack on Ukraine's energy infrastructure on Christmas Day with explosions reported across the country. Ukraine's President Zelensky said, it is the 13th time this year Russia has carried out a major attack on Ukrainian energy, leaving the country in a precarious position while the war grinds into a third winter. At least one person died in the attacks in the eastern Dnipropetrovsk region, while 6 others were injured in Kharkiv, less than 20 miles from Russian border. So again, you can see that Russia is attacking those region close to Russian border with this kind of missile attack, and at the same time they are sending their troops. So for example, Petrovsk, the area, I think that's what they call it, the Petrovsk, I believe. Oh no, so it's called Pokrovsk. Pokrovsk is a city where Russia is sending its own military. No more missile, no more drone attack. The military presence in that city will be physical. Shows that Russia is first targeting these cities with missiles and drones, then that is followed by their military going in there and taking control of the city. And they're capturing one after another until obviously they will reach Kyiv and get rid of Zelensky and the government of Ukraine. They're going to continue to march towards Kyiv until that happens. Now, take a look at this one. So prior to 2023, most Ukrainians celebrated Christmas on the traditional Orthodox Christmas on January 7th. But this year, President Zelensky signed a law changing the date as a way of further erasing Russian influence. So again, they were following the January 7th date with Russia, because that's when Russia's Orthodox Christmas Day is. And the Ukrainian people, they are also Orthodox Christians, so they have the same date for the Christmas, January 7th. But Zelensky, to really ruffle the feather of Putin, he said, I don't want to do it with Putin. We are going to be going with the West, which is December 25th. And so now he's getting a Christmas Day gift from Putin. The holiday is now celebrated in Ukraine on December 25th, said Russia's intentions were clear. Every massive Russian strike requires time for preparation. So Zelensky is now saying these attacks are coming not haphazardly. Russia knew the timing of it, and they knew where they're targeting. Therefore, Zelensky is trying to tell us that Russia is serious. Well, we already know that. You dumb mess. I'm sorry. But Zelensky, I don't know why he's talking about this. He's serious. Putin is serious. What are you talking about, Zelensky? Nevertheless, this is what he said. Every massive Russian strike requires time for preparation. It is never a spontaneous decision. It is a deliberate choice, not only of targets, but also of timing and date. Yes, Zelensky, we know this, dumb guy. Today, Putin deliberately chose Christmas for an attack. What could be more inhumane? Russia launched more than 70 missiles on Wednesday, including ballistic missiles, and more than 100 attack drones targeting Ukraine's energy infrastructure. Now, let's talk about the energy infrastructure. Only 3 days ago, Russia launched a huge attack on Ukraine's energy sector, and Ukraine is now crying. Most of the Ukrainian people in some part of Ukrainian big cities like Dnipro, including, they do not have electricity, they do not have gas, they do not have any energy supply. So they are now facing this huge challenge during this winter time. I mean, it was obvious Russia would do that. So he said, adding that more than 50 missiles were shot down along with a significant number of drones. Now remember, only last week, 4 days ago, a Russian official said that Ukrainian missile struck Russia with US supplied missiles that killed 6 people. You see why Putin is freaking out? Ukraine is changing the date for the Christmas, okay? That is one reason. Ukraine is using American, British supplied missiles and killed 6 Russian. So of course that is another reason. Then you also have Ukraine causing up to so many European countries, especially Poland, through the influence of US, in order to build that protection shield, if you like, from Russian attacks. So the more Putin is attacking Zelensky, the more Zelensky is doing the wrong thing, instead of really telling Russia that, yeah, we are going to follow your Christmas Day, we're not going to attack you with US missiles and UK missiles. Obviously, Zelensky is not in charge at all. This is a war for US and UK. Ukraine is being used as a proxy. This is the clearest of signs that Zelensky is being played by both US and UK and by NATO to tackle Putin. That's really what it is. Now, Polish defense minister, his name is Władysław Kosiniak-Kamysz. He said that Poland now is ready to tackle any threat from Russia. Basically, he said that he laid out a plan to deal with feared Russian aggression, such as possible missile infiltration and conflict on its borders. In other words, these countries are now worried that after Ukraine, these other countries will be on target by Russian missiles. Why am I mentioning this is because Russia is making it also very, very clear that yes, that will happen, because they don't have any problem when these missiles are being shot at Ukraine. They're traveling through Romanian and Moldovan airspace, and Romania and Moldova, they're pro-Ukraine. Russia is saying to these countries that yes, your fear is true. We are going to be coming after you. We are already doing it by violating your airspace. Our missiles is passing through your airspace. We have no respect for your sovereignty. We have no care for you. Come and get us if you want. We are at war. Russia is making it absolutely clear to the rest of the world, including these small NATO countries, or not NATO countries. I think Romania is a NATO member. Can you imagine? Like NATO is right now doing nothing. Romania, this should be a big deal that Russian missiles flying into Romanian airspace. And also Poland is now absolutely trembling with this kind of possible attack coming from Russia, from Putin. Things are obviously looking not good for Zelensky, and Russia is closing in on Kyiv. We do not know how long that will take, but definitely the attack is getting much bigger and more severe. Russia is using new technology, new kind of drone, new kind of missiles. They can use Oreshnik anytime. That is